So you just heard and saw the brass band of the Ghana Police Service. Look, they are fantastic. You heard the melodies, very varied, felt like marching along to the tunes. Beautiful. And we're here to celebrate Israel Day, 74 years of Israeli independence here in Accra, Ghana at the Kempinski Hotel. We're here because we've been invited by Her Excellency Shlomit, who of course is the ambassador of Israel to Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Look, Israel and Ghana, we can't talk enough about what connects us. There's a religious aspect from Islam to Christianity to Judaism. There's also agriculture. We're both agrarian nations, and Israel has done a lot in agriculture. Ghana has so much to do, and we can learn so much from them. We're also celebrating 63 years of Ghanaian-Israeli relations. So today, as we celebrate Yom Ha'atzmaut, which is what we call Israeli Day or Independence Day in Hebrew, we're here to celebrate with Israel, to showcase the beauty that Israel has to offer. Beautiful people here this evening as Ghana and Israel come together to celebrate Israel Day in Accra. My name is Apioko. You're very welcome to Diplomatic License right here on City TV. We'll be right back. Enjoy the evening here at the Kempinski Hotel on Israel Day.
The Honorable Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, Honorable Yao Frimpong Addo, our distinguished guests representing the government of Ghana, distinguished invited guests from the diplomatic community, religious heads and leaders, members of the Israeli community, our special guests of honors, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed this evening. In Jerusalem, we would say Erev Tov or Shalom. It simply means good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, this is the reason we are all gathered here tonight. We are celebrating Israel at 74. On behalf of Her Excellency, Shlomit Sufa, and her husband, Mr. David Sufa, I'd like to welcome all of you to this evening's event. We really consider it an honor and a great privilege for you to join us to celebrate Israel at 74. And not just that, we are also celebrating Israel-Ghana relations, 63 years of good relations. My name is Juliana, and I'll be guiding you through this evening. And for us to start this evening, first of all, I would like you to join me with a very big round of applause to welcome my ambassador and your host for tonight, Her Excellency Shlomit Sufa. But before she will join us, the Ghana Police Service will serve us with the Israeli national anthem. We call it the Haktiva.
Deputy Minister of Agriculture, His Excellency Yao Frimpong Addo, Honorable Ministers and Members of Parliament, Your Excellency, the Dean of Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies and High Commissioners, religious and traditional leaders, members of the Israeli community in Ghana, members of Ghana-Israel Business Chamber, members of the Israel-Ghana Friendship Association, friends from the media, distinguished guests. Mima Mo Akwaba. We are excited and delighted that you have come this evening to celebrate with us. We may be 3,000 years old, but we are 74 years young. And also we are excited because for such a long time we were deprived from such pleasures as meeting you face to face due to the COVID pandemic. Everything in the world, it seemed to have come to a standstill, and it is refreshing and breathtaking to see you all here tonight with us as we gather to celebrate together. Honorable Deputy Minister, I'm sure you are familiar with the unique story of Israel, a story of a nation reborn, a nation born from sand to a blooming country, facing turmoil and conflicts, yet we beat the odds and became a global leader of innovation. The story of Israel independence is a story of survival, of resilience, of togetherness. Many people refer to it as a miracle. They say that in the Middle East, if you're a pragmatist, you believe in miracles. Many other challenges that we still face, but we know that through resilience and innovation and togetherness, we will overcome and we will push forward and fulfill our dreams. We have achieved so much in 74 years. Just wait and see what we can accomplish in the next 74. Peace is essential to us, and we have reached out to nations in our region in peace. We have made progress with normalization accords with Morocco, Bahrain, and United Arab Emirates. And we believe and hope that gradually we will have a chance to bring in other countries into these agreements and into these accords and join us in this distinguished group of countries together in peace. There is so much to be achieved in cooperation and friendship. Honorable Deputy Minister, Israel-Ghana relations dates as far back as the 1950s. Ghana was the first African country to establish relations with the State of Israel. During Ghana's first independence anniversary in 1958, the then Israel Foreign Minister Golda Meir was one of the world leaders who attended the celebrations. Following her visit, she was inspired to establish Mashav, the Israel International Agency for Development Cooperation, so Israel could share its technological expertise with the rest of the world, especially in Africa, even though Israel at the time was still a developing country. Since reopening of Israeli embassy in Accra 10 years ago in September 2011, the bilateral and multilateral cooperation between our two countries have grown several mutual levels, covering government to government, business to business, and people to people. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my predecessors for the amazing work they have done, especially in the last 10 years, to strengthen Israel-Ghana relations, and I'm proud to continue and improve on their good work. The relations between our two countries are based on mutual understanding and joint values, on respect to tradition, with a spirit of innovation and a spiritual connection between the peoples. The sharing of our common values and togetherness on many levels have seen us work together in diverse fields. The warmth the Ghanaians show towards me everywhere I go, ever since I arrived here some 8 months ago, is heartwarming and gratifying. And I can feel the love of the people here towards the State of Israel and its people. And it is highly valued. Honorable Deputy Minister, Ghana is a priority country in the Israeli economic and development policy because of its huge economic potential, its stability and democracy, the dominant role of civil society, and the freedom of the press. We continue to work tirelessly on our relations to create and achieve better future for our peoples. For example, the work of Mashav that have been working here in Ghana ever since 1948 continues to lead in partnering with government on training and projects in fields such as agriculture, health, education, entrepreneurship, innovation, amongst others, linking it to government's agenda. We are proud to be part of the government's success story in the agriculture sector, and with contributing to one of our flagship projects, which is the Foreign Trainees in Agriculture, where we send people on an 11-month program to Israel, where they have both the academic education and the hands-on experience. And in total, we had so far some 400 trainees, and we're looking forward to having more of the agricultural trainees in Israel. As well, we have trainees in other sectors, such as agricultural extension, precision agriculture, plant nutrition, intensive fish farming, milk production, and so many more. In-person training have restarted after the pandemic, and we look forward to see people, officials, traveling from Ghana to Israel to study and have better expertise following the Israeli example. And of course, in health, we continue to support 2 mother and baby units in Kumasi South and Centreso hospitals in Kumasi. And just 2 months ago, about 60 midwives, nurses, and pediatric specialists from both these hospitals graduated on a training program facilitated by Mashav and one of Israel's leading hospitals, Soroka. Distinguished guests, after this event, we will ask you, when you leave, to take with you a small gift that we want to hand to you. And this is a very special gift, as I explained to the Deputy Minister just a short while ago, because we feel that it is actually symbolizing the connection between Ghana and Israel, and it's a co-production. Israel is the land of milk and honey. So we went all the way to Sufa, the village that is renowned for its honey producing, and where Mashav was having a project of supporting the Association of Beekeepers. And we are happy to share with you tonight this honey from Sufa with a note that explains everything, so please make sure that you take that honey and you read the note. Honorable Deputy Minister, under innovation, we did so much more. We initiated a trilateral cooperation with GIZ and the government, of course, to implement innovation for development project, a year-long program that aimed at strengthening the innovation ecosystem in Ghana. As well, we held a 3rd edition of the Israeli Green Innovation Competition for startups, bringing solutions to agricultural challenges and all the challenges that we are facing today, such as climate change and environment preservation. In February, we successfully graduated 4 agri-tech startups who participated in our Israel-Ghana Agri-Tech Accelerator program of a 6-week program, intensive training and mentoring with Israeli partners. As well, we are planning to launch soon a new innovative project called Make Club Ghana. And together with Ghanaian partners, we will create a space for entrepreneurs and individuals to learn from Israeli experts on actualizing their dreams and building on their businesses and inventions. Honorable Deputy Minister, in the education sector, we are also happy to collaborate. We successfully launched our Education for Digital Innovation project a few weeks ago. Under this, we commissioned 3 fully furnished ICT classrooms for some selected senior high schools in Ghana. We look forward to reaching more senior high schools later on this year. It is important to mention at this point our trade and economic mission led by Mrs. Ayelet Levin-Karp. This mission has worked tirelessly over the last 4 years to advance trade and economic activities between our 2 countries. They work to promote business-to-business opportunities in fields such as fintech, cybersecurity, innovation, agriculture, water, digital health, communication technology, to mention but a few. And they have held 3 successful trade delegations to Israel between July of 2021 and March 2022. In February, they have collaborated with your ministry, Deputy Minister, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, together with Africa Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership, the AFAP, and the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, the AGRA, to organize a stakeholder forum on soil health with specific focus on fertilizers. And this saw some Israeli companies coming to Ghana to participate and engage in business-to-business meetings. And in June, together with other partners, we hope to host one of the biggest events in the fintech sector, with all economic relations between Israel and Ghana as envisioned by the Ghana's government program, Ghana Beyond Aid. Deputy Minister, Honorable Deputy Minister, it is not only business and development, but also cultural exchange. Last year in November, we had a very innovative virtual cultural activity, an event dubbed Dance Bridges, where students and professors from the University of Ghana Dance Department and the Jerusalem Dance Academy had an impressive collaboration by Zoom, because at the time we couldn't have people traveling over. And they produced together dance choreographies of Israeli and Ghanaian dance together. It was quite remarkable. We also held a Children Drawing Jerusalem of Ghana competition. And this gave opportunity to Sunday school children of Christian communities to exhibit their talent in drawing, and the outcome was just amazing. I'm also proud to see organizations such as the Ghana-Israel Business Chamber and Israel-Ghana Friendship Association working with us to make our relations even stronger. Before I conclude, I would like to especially thank all my staff, the political team, the consular, the trade and economic mission, administrative and security. You're doing an excellent work, and you're working tirelessly on supporting and promoting and strengthening the relations between the 2 countries, and I can't thank you enough. A big thank you to my team. I know I'm a bit impartial, but bear with me. I would also like to commend the government of Ghana for its impressive efforts and bold initiatives to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, and most especially to make significant improvement in the economy. In foresight, we look forward to more fruitful partnerships that create a better future for the betterment of both our peoples and our countries. Together, we shall take inspiration and innovate for a better, prosperous, and harmonious future. Long live Canada, long live Israel, and long live Israel-Ghana relations. Medase pa, and thank you all for coming. I would like to raise the toast. Honorable Deputy Minister, honorable guests, to Israel-Ghana relations, may we live and long and prosper.
Your Excellency, Shlomit Sufa, Ambassador of the State of Israel to the Republic of Ghana, honorable members of the Council of State, honorable ministers, honorable members of Parliament, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the clergy, Nime, Name, Nanum, members of the Israeli community in Ghana, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure and an honor for me to join you as government representative at this reception being held to mark the 74th independence anniversary of the State of Israel. In response to the toast proposed by Her Excellency Shlomit Sufa, may I, on behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the government and the people of Ghana convey congratulations and warm felicitations to His Excellency Isaac Herzog, the President of the State of Israel, the Honorable Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, and all Israelis on this auspicious occasion. We wish you a joyous Yom HaMahut. I like this word. All it says is Independence Day. Indeed, it is exciting and refreshing that we are able to celebrate this year's anniversary in person, having had to resort to virtual celebrations due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As we join you to commemorate this joyous occasion, we pay tribute to the 6 million Jews who were killed in the Holocaust and the thousands of fallen soldiers and terror victims. Permit me, at this juncture, to express our horror and sadness at the spate of car ramming and stabbing attacks in some Israeli cities in recent months, resulting in several civilian deaths. We join other world leaders to condemn these attacks and call for an immediate end to the incitement to violence and perpetration of violence as they undermine the prospects for peace and result in a further deterioration of the situation between Israel and the Palestinians. Our thoughts are with the bereaved families, and we wish the injured a quick recovery. In this connection, Ghana welcomes the normalization of relations between Israel and United Arab Emirates, UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco through the signing of the Abraham Accords, and notes its contribution to the promotion of peace and security, economic development, and prosperity in the Middle East. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I would like to commend Ambassador Shlomit Sufa for her contribution to the deepening of the bilateral relations between Ghana and Israel. I wish to assure her of our support in the execution of her duties. Now, it is my singular honor to invite you all to join me in a toast to the continued good health and well-being of His Excellency, Mr. Isaac Herzog, President of the State of Israel, and to the prosperity of the people of Israel. May the friendship and partnership between our two countries continue to grow. I wish you all Hag Sameach, which means happy celebrations. God bless the State of Israel. God bless the Republic of Ghana. Long live Israel-Ghana relations. Toda Rabba. Toda Rabba. Thank you.
שערייך אבוא במודיה בצל עצי החורש הרחק מאור חמה יחדיו נקה פה שורש אל לב האדמה עוד ליבי מכה עם ליל ולוחש לו בליל את לי את האחת את לי את המובן את לי את המעט שנותר בבגדינו את ריח הכפרים בפעמון ליבנו יגוע הדרים ישנה דממה רוגעת וקרן אור יפה ולאורה נפסע ברגל יחפה עוד לא תמו כל פלאי עוד הזמר לא שם עוד ליבי מכה עם
Welcome back. This is still Diplomatic License right here, of course, on your station of choice, City TV. My name is Apioko, and we're here this evening celebrating Israel Day, 74 years of independence, of Zionism. It's a beautiful celebration here, and we're here at the behest of Her Excellency Shlomit, who is, of course, the Ambassador of Israel, the Ambassador of Israel to Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Wonderful evening here. And I have here a darling sister, Her Excellency Emmanuel Adil, who is the Ambassador of Morocco to Ghana, the Kingdom of Morocco, Almighty Kingdom of Morocco to Ghana. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well.
Good to see you.
It's a beautiful evening. It's good to see you again.
It is very beautiful. But I wanted to speak to you because Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Israel, mentioned in her remarks that Israel and Morocco have a very beautiful relationship. I mean, straight away for me, when we think of Israel, Christians, Muslims, people who practice Judaism, they all think of Israel, as a spiritual home. And I do know that Morocco does have a very large Islamic population. So I imagine that that's one of the things that connects you. But apart from that, what else?
Well, it's curious to mention something that we have Moroccan Jews, and almost 700,000 of them live currently in Israel. So this is strong ties. These are Moroccans, Moroccan origin, but living in Israel. They are both Moroccans and Israelis. So this is something that links us a lot to Israel. And of course, with the Abraham Accords, we have resumed our diplomatic relations, and it's been very beneficial to both countries. And we are looking. Morocco is a land of peace and dialogue, of civilizations, and we are planning to play this role in linking our brothers in the Middle East and finding solutions to the problems. Our relationship with Israel is mainly in this perspective, but also to strengthen our bilateral relations for the benefit of the two nations.
It's wonderful. I remember I do have a few Moroccan friends who I went to school with. During their wedding ceremonies, I mean, they are Israelis, but originally Moroccan or Moroccan Israelis, and they do all the Moroccan traditions. It's so beautiful to see.
Exactly.
Lots of the Moroccan food,
Yes.
the henna.
Yes, talking about the food, Her Excellency Shlomit told me recently that we have a common tradition in terms of food. We have this couscous that the Moroccans in Morocco eat on Fridays, and in Israel they eat it the same food on Tuesdays.
Wow. Very
But it
interesting.
remains the same food. So there are so many things that are similar and so much to share, and we are very happy for this resuming our relationship.
I mean, a lot of people also speak about the innovation and the innovative spirits that Israel has. I see that in Morocco as well. I see what you're doing with trade, what you're doing with agriculture, what you're doing with culture in general. And does that also have anything to do, or has that influenced your relationship with Israel in any way?
I think the agriculture sector is one of the areas that we are going to explore very well, because Israel has a very advanced policies in terms of agriculture and irrigation because of the nature of the country, the soil nature and the climate nature. So we are, during our resuming our relations, we are planning to have this sharing in experience and expertise in this field. I am sure with Ghana too, the relationships with Israel would be very beneficial to Israel and also to Ghana and the rest of Africa.
Absolutely. And another thing that I think of when I think of Morocco, and this is very recent for me, but tourism. Morocco has become such a beautiful and wonderful destination of choice when it comes to tourism.
Yes.
Israel has been that for a long time. Are you learning any lessons from Israel there as well?
Well, I have a very good news regarding this, because our national carrier, which is Royal Air Maroc, since we have resumed relationships with Israel, they are organizing direct flights from Casablanca to Israel.
That's wonderful.
Maybe 4 times a week.
That's a lot.
Yes, and
So it's a major
cheaper
flight.
than the flight from Ghana to Morocco. We need to
We
work
need
on
to
that.
work on that. Really need to work on that.
But there are so many things that we share, and it's very good. Peace is very good for everyone.
Of course,
It's
it
very
is.
beneficial to the whole world.
It is.
It's good.
So finally, Your Excellency, on this 74th anniversary, 75th birthday that Israel is celebrating today in this beautiful, peaceful fashion, do you have any words of encouragement, words of solidarity that you'd like to share with Israel and with Israelis as well in Ghana, in Morocco?
We in Morocco, we wish peace. We want peace for everyone, especially for our brothers in Israel and our brothers in Palestine. We want peace to prevail, so that under the two-state solution, so that everyone can live with its neighbors in perfect peace. This is something that we all need in the world, especially right now that we have so many conflicts erupting in all the places, and we see the impacts, the economic impacts, the human impact, which is tremendous. So my appeal is an appeal for peace, an appeal of my country to everyone in the world. And thank you very much for this question.
You're very
smart
welcome.
question.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We'll come home for tea very soon.
Yes, I plan on that. You're welcome.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency Emmanuel Adil, Ambassador of Morocco, the Kingdom of Morocco to Ghana, always looking lovely, always speaks very brilliantly and diplomatically. And of course, it's always a pleasure to hear the nuggets of wisdom that she has to share. We'll be right back. We're still celebrating 74 years of Israeli independence here at Israel Day in Accra. Watching Diplomatic License right here on CCTV. My name is Apioko, and we are celebrating Israel Day, 74 years of independence of the State of Israel. Beautiful evening here at Kempinski in Accra, Ghana. It's time to speak to a gentleman who I admire, respect so much. He says I don't check up on him, and I'm guilty as charged. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete, good evening.
Good to see you. I've forgiven you. You are forgiven.
Thank you. But let's talk a little bit about, when we think of Israel, at least in Ghana, we think of our faith. Islam has some roots coming from there. So does Christianity, of course. And of course, you are a religious leader in the Christian community, one that is well respected, one that we follow a lot. So let's talk about Ghana-Israel relations and the faith context and how our relationship over these 63 years that we're also celebrating for Ghana-Israel relations have come to bear in what we do.
I think that for Ghanaians, we need to be very proud of ourselves that Ghana happened to be one of the first, if not the first African country to have had a bilateral tie with Israel. And as a matter of fact, Israelis have also related to Ghana. Don't forget that we have a history in Ghana that tells us that we who come from the Ghana community migrated from Israel. But having said that, for me, my relationship with Israelis dates back to the early 80s, where I had a chance to go there, I had a visitation there, and we've also worked alongside. Today, as I speak now, it will interest you to know that I'm the coordinator of Ghana-Israeli Council. And so most of the things that are done behind the scene, we are the ones that consult government or government consult both from the Israel point of view and from the Ghana point of view. And I must say, it's always a blessing to be connected to Israel. If you trace the history of Israelis, any nation that's connected to Israel is blessed. Now, this is something that is spiritual, and we cannot do anything about it. And the countless times I've been to Israel, it makes the word of God in the Bible alive to me. That God is truly...
All the things that we read about, that we believe in, that we hold to, the word in the Bible.
I mean, you go to
it's
Elat,
there, it's physical.
I go to Elat and I see the Red Sea. I go to Tel Aviv. I go to Jerusalem. And of course, when you stay even around the Sea of Galilee, I know that it's not a sea, but it's a lake. And the Dead Sea is a lake. It makes the Bible so much alive that God is real. And the land is small, but they are the leading agricultural nation in the world. I tell you, I've never regretted my link with Israelis.
Reverend, what do you think we have to learn from Israel as a country, as a people? Because I know you also have Ghana very much at heart. You speak to our successes, but you also speak to our challenges. So what do you think we can learn from Israel?
You know, to begin with, the entire nation of Ghana is about 70% agri. We are looking to oil, we are looking to diamond, and we are looking at gold. We've forgotten that Ghana is full of agri community. So our agriculture sector is a very good one. And Israelis are the best people who can handle agriculture. One sheep in Israel can give birth to many lands. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. The land that is flowing with milk and honey, remember the honey from Israel, that didn't come from bees like ours come from. It comes from the date tree.
Yeah.
And to think that it flows with
what
milk,
they have.
there's a blessing in it. So we need to learn from Israel. And our collaboration with Israel, which of course we are beginning to do now, can be expanded. Our Greek sector can be enhanced with a great support and expertise from Israel.
Wonderful. And finally, This is 74 years of Israeli independence, 63 years of Ghana-Israel relations. What would you like to tell Israelis living in Ghana, Israelis who are watching us all around the world, and indeed Ghanaians who have come to understand the importance and the beauty of the nation of Israel? What do you have to tell them on this occasion, special occasion?
That there's room to collaborate, there's room to build a good infrastructure between the two countries. And of course, bilateral relations between Ghana and Israel can go a very long way. As much as the Ghanaians need Israelis, Israelis also need Ghana. So for me, collaboration is very important. And for those of us who have been in the forefront of this discussion and this discourse on bilateral incident relationship, I think diplomacy should be extended to economics and to agriculture.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Reverend Dr. Lawrence. It's always a pleasure.
And let me congratulate you. You are doing a good work. And this
Thank you
look
very
good.
much. Thank you.
Look good.
Thank you very
So we
much.
wish
Courtesy of
everybody
Avon
very
Sige,
well.
my designer Avon Sige. She's amazing. Made in Ghana.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Everything look good.
Thank you. Thank you. And I hope to see you again soon.
Bless you. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man of God, the man of economics, the man of diplomacy, Dr. Lawrence Tete. I mean, we love to hear from him every single time. Never get enough. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we continue and just draw to a nice close our Israel Day here in Accra. Welcome back. You're still watching Diplomatic License right here on City TV. My name is Apioko, and we are just wrapping up our celebrations here this evening in Accra at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel as we celebrate Israel Day. 74 years of Israeli independence, 63 years of Ghana-Israeli relations, and it's time to speak to our host, Her Excellency Shlomit, who of course is the ambassador of Israel to Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Huge portfolio, huge portfolio.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And I believe this is the first time we're hosting you on the show since you arrived in Ghana 8 months ago. How has it been?
It's been an amazing ride. Before I came to Ghana, I was taking some kind of clip, preparing some kind of clip with the experts in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, talking about my expectations. And one of the lines of my expectations from my post to be in Ghana, one of the lines that I said there was how much I excited to get to learn this beautiful country and beautiful people. And little did I know how much I was in for a treat. It's been an amazing ride. It's learning a new place, a new corner of the world for me. Ancient people, and learning about the similarities and the connections between our two countries and our two peoples. And it's ever growing. It's amazing.
And it's wonderful. I mean, I've seen videos, pictures of the work that you're doing here, and personally, the way you fit right in. You know, maybe you should come and live in Ghana one day. But let's talk about Israel Day, 74 years of independence. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for Israel? What has the journey been like?
The journey has been rough at some points. We were, as a young country, ancient nation, but a young country, we had to overcome many obstacles. There were many rough patches along the way. There was a lot of resistance for the establishment of the State of Israel. We had our fair share with wars and conflicts. But through all this, we overcame. We always say we have no other country. We love our country and we are dedicated to its success and to its security. So as a diplomat, this is a very good, profound call for me in life to be at the service of my country. And 74 years, I think we have demonstrated how much we can accomplish. And wait and see what we can do in the next 74 years.
You know, when we think of Israel, we think of And you have it on your banners here this evening, inspiration, innovation. And that's what we think about when we think of Israel. The fact that this is a country that, I mean, called people from all over the world and said, let's create a nation. The fact that in desert land, in rocky spaces, you're growing things, you know. You have water technology that's amazing. You're doing so many things. You're inspiration for many people across the world, including those of us here in Ghana. How have you done that? How do you maintain that spirit as Israelis that keeps you going, innovating, even in the face of challenges where a lot of people may say it's not possible, but you make it possible? How have you done that?
It's an excellent question, and I don't believe there's one answer to it. I think that first of all, when we are faced with difficulties, we work together. We are very dedicated to our country. We know that there's no alternative, and we fight for it passionately. And we know from the very beginning that we have to make do on our own. And as long as this is the challenge we face, we have to rise up to the challenge. We have to learn how to grow vegetables in semi-salty waters, to grow vineyards in the desert,
Yeah.
and to develop where we have scarce any natural resources. Only about a decade or so ago, we were able to discover natural gas offshore. But before that, we had very, very few natural resources. So we had to rely on developing the best resource that we have, and that is our human capacity.
The people. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So we're here celebrating Israel Day. What are some of the lessons you want us to take away from the 74 years that we're celebrating here this evening in Accra?
I think the best lesson is how much you can achieve by cooperation, by working together, how much Israel and Ghana were able to achieve so far. And we've had so many beautiful projects, be it with our Mashav, which is our development and cooperation agency, or be it on other sectors and other ways of cooperation. I spoke in my speech about cultural exchange and cultural cooperation, dance bridges, where you can accomplish a joint choreography by Zoom, virtually, which was phenomenal. And we can do so much more together. We're looking forward to working more with Ghana's government, with Ghana's civil society, and accomplish much together.
Wonderful. Do you have any final words, Your Excellency?
Just to say thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity to have an interview on your show. We were discussing this
Yes.
quite some time.
Yes.
This is a wonderful opportunity
Thank you.
to say thank you and to thank all the people who are watching us and express their love and connection to Israel. We feel it and we appreciate it. And this is one of the elements that make an Israeli diplomat living in Ghana, working in Ghana. This is a phenomenal experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much for hosting us this evening, for granting us the opportunity to speak to you on and off camera. And I'm sure we'll speak some more about, there's so many projects you're doing. We're more than willing to sit down, just shine light on all the wonderful work that Israel is doing, and of course doing with Ghana at some point. I'm sure we'll get there and we'll be able to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And happy Yom Ha'atzmaut.
Oh, that's a pas.
So ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking to our host tonight, Her Excellency Shlomit, who is the ambassador of Israel to Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Wonderful woman, doing so much here in Ghana, both for Israel and for Ghana and Israel together. And she's welcomed us here tonight as we celebrate Israel Day, 74 years of independence of Israel, 63 years of Ghana-Israeli relations, and I'm sure there's so much more to come, so much more to celebrate in the decades ahead of us. Thank you so much. My name is Apioko. This has been Diplomatic License right here on City TV, coming to you from Accra, Ghana, Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel. Happy Yom Ha'atzmaut.